What is up, guys? It is time for the Tuesday night preview. Today is the 14th, so this is all the books coming out November 15th. Wait a moment, I'll start showing everything off, just like see if anyone's going to join the video as it is live. As you can see, we got a decent amount of books here. All right, without further ado, we are going to get started. I'm going to shift this to a different hand so I can start showing off some books a little bit easier. All right, so first up, we're starting with Marvel. So we got Alien #1. This is the new Alien series from Marvel. I believe this is the 4th Marvel volume, so we got some of the covers there. Next up, we got Alpha Flight #4, Astonishing Iceman #4, Black Panther #6. That Knight's End variant right there is pretty cool. Blade #5. Some cool covers on that. Cap Wolf and the Howling Commandos. There's going to be issue #2 there. Children of the Vault #4. And I just realized I missed a key. Black Panther is first appearance of King Mattel. Probably butchered that name. I apologize. A new character right there. We got Children of the Vault #4. Daredevil #3. We got Dark X-Men #4. Deadpool 7 Slaughters #1. This is a one-shot that follows a week in the life of Deadpool, where he has to commit 7 assassinations each day for a full week. So for 7 days, he's got to slaughter 7 people, which is kind of crazy. There's some cool covers for that one right there. Tony did not let me know what he wanted his pick to be this week, so it's Dr. Doom on the Dr. Doom T-Rex, which I think is pretty hilarious. Got some cool covers for that. We got Ghost Rider issue #20. Immortal Thor #4. Moving down. Oh, I don't think I showed off the last cover. Really cool. Almost MCU looking one. Moving down to the next row. We got Jean Grey issue #4. Red Goblin #10. Silver Surfer Legacy or Rebirth Legacy #3. This is reintroduction of Surfer as the Fallen One, which is that character right there. Which is pretty cool. Spine Tingling Spider-Man issue #2 or 3, sorry, or 2. I was right the first time. Got some cool covers. Dark Droids #4. And some cool variants for that one. Dr. Aphra 38. We got the Life Day cover right there. And this is pretty cool. Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary covers. Basically, it's all of the covers they've been doing, but without the border. All in one book. I love these things. I love when they do this. I get to see some awesome comic art, which is pretty cool. Next up, we got Mandalorian issue #6. Including that awesome incentive with Boba. Star Wars Visions #1, Peach Momoko. This is first appearance of Encock, this character right here. She believes she is, she's a cult member who believes she is the successor to the Sith, which is pretty cool. You got some cool art on all of those. Jeremy's pick is going to be Superior Spider-Man #1. Got that Scotty Young cover right there. So new Superior Spider-Man series. We got Uncanny Avengers #4, Identity of Captain Croca. Croca is revealed. It's pretty cool. We got that Rob Liefeld Fall of X cover right there. Moving on to DC. We got not as many DC books this week, which is kind of cool. A little bit lighter. We got Danger Street issue #11, second to last issue. Detective Comics 1077. Green Lantern #5. Some cool covers. Looney Tunes 275. Outsiders #1. This is going to be first appearance of the drummer and first appearance of the Third Man. Got a beautiful Dan Mora cover right there. Speed Force #1. This is going to be Wallace West and Avery Ho leading a new series, which is pretty cool. Got both of them right there on really nice lyrics cover. Superman Lost #8. A really nice Supergirl cover. Visual #6. Wesley Dodds Sandman #2. Delaney's pick, Wildcats #12, final issue. World's Finest Teen Titans. This is going to be first team appearance of the Anti-Titans, which is kind of cool. Those are going to be all of the DC books this week. Let me get my notes for indie because there are a lot of big indie books this week. So I'll be trying to go over all of those and naming them off as we get to them. We got Big Game. This is going to be issue number 5, final issue. Cadians number 1. Coda number 3. Cole issue number 4, or the Cole. Moving on, this is my pick this week, The Deviant. James Tynion, if you didn't read his last book, which was Dracula, we still have a couple copies of that. This one's The Deviant. This is a Christmas story. It's 9 issues long, which is kind of interesting that it's a 9-issue series, but you see the 1 for 10 incentive right there. This is the biology of the book. It's really crazy. Let me find it. Deviant. All right. A writer interviews a prisoner who 50 years ago was found guilty of murdering people dressed up as Santa Claus. Kind of like that right there. But as Christmas approaches, while the man maintains his innocence behind bars, the past returns wielding a sharpened axe, which is that guy right there. This book looks crazy. It's like a horror Christmas book. I love James Tynion. I think he's a great writer. So if you like Something is Killing the Children, the Dracula book that came out, World Tree, any of the books he's written recently, highly recommend checking it out. It looks crazy. We got the new D&D Fortune Finder, number 1, Fish Flies, number 3, Geiger, Ground Zero, number 1. I know this is a book people have been freaking out about. This is a 2-issue series. It is the origin of the Geiger universe. And then right at the end is going to be for all of you Geiger nerds. We got the whole Ghost Machine that Jason Fabok and Jeff Johns and all these other creators are doing advertise. But they give you the full timeline of all the different books. So if you're trying to get into this whole universe, we have the full book right there. So if you've never read any of the books and you want to jump in, this is a great place to jump in. We got G.I. Joe, the Hama cut, number 1. So for any of the people who don't know what this book is, basically when Larry Hama was doing the original G.I. Joe run, his dialogue was rejected. They did not like it. So I think they said it was too mature or something. They had him change it. So now, 301 issues later, they're reprinting it under Skybound. So we got the Skybound logo right down there from Image with the original dialogue. So never before seen, exclusive dialogue. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, you got to pick this up. It's really cool. And they did a Cobra version of the main cover, which is really cool. So you got to pick it up just for that. Next up, speaking of G.I. Joe, issue 301. So as you see, we got right down here, 301st issue. G.I. Joe is officially back. So there's been some confusion about this whole G.I. Joe Transformer universe. This book is not set within that universe. This is your classic G.I. Joe story still continuing. If you have no care to read crossovers, you're good. You can pick this up. The Duke book that's coming out and the Cobra Commander book that will be coming out are set within the Transformers universe. So if you just want classic G.I. Joe, this is your book. We got the main, we got the black and white variant and the blank, plus that beautiful 1 in 10 incentive with Snake Eyes. Next up, we got Godzilla Rivals versus Mechagodzilla. We got Haunted Girl, number 2, Hexagon Bridge. This one's really crazy. So Killadelphia, let me get to my notes on where it is. All right, so Killadelphia right here. This guest stars, as you see on the cover, Spawn, Savage Dragon, and Blackula. Not joking around. If you haven't been reading Killadelphia, that's fine. You don't have to read anything to read this issue. If you've been reading Spawn, you don't have to read this issue. But if you're a Spawn collector, I would highly recommend picking it up because this is some of the cool Spawn art I've seen in a very, very long time. Let me see if I can just find just the one page that doesn't spoil anything for you. Crazy. But yeah, it's got some crazy Spawn art. Highly recommend picking up. We got a beautiful main cover right there. A beautiful variant. Got Jay Lee over here, and then the black and white, which is pretty cool. So I highly recommend picking this one up if you're a Spawn collector. Super cool story inside, and again, you don't have to read anything to really know what's going on. Next up, we got Lipstick. Klika? I'm probably mispronouncing that. This is an all-female gang of vampires fight to protect their home turf in California. So on top of this being kind of like an interesting vampire book, this book is even optioned. And not just optioned, like is actively in development at Sony. Sony is doing a whole I forget what their universe is called on this, but they've been turning a bunch of comics into movies and things like that and series. This is the first in that new series that they're starting. So technically, this book was made as an adaptation. Like they made it already knowing they were going to be made into a show. But just spec buying, I would recommend picking one up. I also flipped through it. The art does not look bad at all. Next up, we got Lotus Land #1. This is Vancouver in the future is marred by an ultra-modern decay, but a groundbreaking advancement in tech promises an end to entropy itself. Yet an attack threatens the lives of everyone involved. So, interesting premise. It's Boom. So, definitely right there, you get quality from Boom Studios. Another one where art on the inside is really cool. I'm liking the style they're going for. Another indie that I would probably recommend picking up. Next up, we got Lovecraft, The Call of Cthulhu, #1. It's a Zenoscope one-shot. If you don't know about Zenoscope covers, what's on the cover is usually never in the book. So this is more like Call of Cthulhu. Well, there is a little bit that's like it. But most of the book is set in the past, Call of Cthulhu, but just done kind of more modern, which is really cool. Another one I kind of recommend picking up if you missed some of the spooky seasons and you don't want it to end. We got The Man from Maybe, #2. We got The Ministry of Compliance, #1. So this is another really crazy book. This is, as it says, a bloody sci-fi epic by Screen Rant. Give me 1 second. I'm going to set this down slightly and refix how I'm holding this so I can show it off while I read. So this book right here, Ministry of Compliance, #1. Got a long description, so give me 1 second. This is a book that's I've seen a ton of hype. I've already seen the Sci-Fi Channel's possibly getting trying to option this, so that could be cool. It's possibly getting a show. I've seen a lot of shops talk about this and a lot of creators talking about it, saying that they're super excited for it. So the Ministry of Compliance is one of 13 alien administrations responsible for manipulating humanity and also the most feared. But as soon as Earth is nearly assimilated to the off-planet invaders, things among the ministry go very wrong. Right there, kind of get an idea of what the book's about. Again, another one where the art on the inside is not bad at all. And right there, decapitation right on the first page. Crazy way to start a book. So another one, if you're into indies, you're into a good story, maybe recommend picking that one right there up. We got Christopher Chaos, got Prism, #2. We got Red Light, #1, written by Cho, not Frank Cho, but we got the Frank Cho variant right there. Red Sonja, got some cool covers for that. Making sure I'm not missing any of my other notes. Don't think that was it. I know it's pretty crazy. I didn't put Rocketeer as my pick this week just because the Deviant came out. If it sells out, I'll put Rocketeer as my pick. We got Spawn, issue 347, Walking Dead, and Wheel of Time, #2. Following that, we still have copies of Unnatural Order. Again, 50% off cover price. So I think cover price was $4.99. So you're getting it at like $2.49 or something like that. We still have those. Again, pool customers, you guys get your discount on incentives. We still have Predator Wolverine #1 facsimile or reprints, not facsimile, second prints. I know a lot of people were asking if we were going to get those in. Along with that, tomorrow is our last claim sale of the year. We're doing a bunch of crazy things, so definitely recommend checking that out on the Mythical Mountain Crypt page. I'm trying to think if there's any more info that I need to give you guys tonight. I don't think so. So again, our YouTube community, whoever's watching on YouTube, all of the links are going to be in the description to like our Facebook and all of the information there. To our Facebook people who are watching, you guys don't need any links, but Mythical Mountain Crypt is going to be where you go for the claim sales. And this page, you can message us tomorrow. Again, with the pools, message us or give us a call tomorrow after 11. We can pull things off the wall for you. Or if you're just curious to see what's on your pool, if you were short anything, just message us. And I'll get back to you first thing tomorrow morning when I get in. With that, I hope you guys have a great night, and I will either see you tomorrow. And if I don't, have a great week. All right, take care, guys.